never pull anything like that again! If you die, you can't come back to life!
Factor in that. Oh, we can destroy this box now, by the way.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Hello, everyone. I'm Dan.
And I'm Austin.
And we're here to play games.
Badly.
Yup. Welcome back to Xenosaga Episode 2. We are in the subconscious domain summer at the moment.
Yeah.
As always, if you want to read this, pause the video.
Yep.
Yeah, we went through a bunch of story stuff last time, basically outlining the URTVs and their interaction with Sakura. So if this is your first episode, I highly recommend checking out the playlist, or at least watching the last episode. Unless you've played this game before, you generally know what's going on, in which case, welcome to you as well.
Right.
We are going to go ahead and proceed up to the next screen here. We blew up that rock last time. There was nothing in it.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Yeah, as a complete non sequitur, that opening song, it sounds like it's either Latin or German.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be curious to know what the lyrics are. So.
Yeah. It is a very cool song. I quite like it.
That rock had an enemy in it.
Sure did. We're gonna fight.
Boring. Let's fight.
Like you.
Oh, it's got the weird dude in it too.
It does. That summons weird planes that explode.
Information something or other?
I don't remember actually.
Information type.
Information type, yeah.
It's so different from the rest too, because like all these other ones have some kind of like trait associated with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just information type.
Yup. Get him out of here.
It also makes funny noises.
Sure does. Ow. Let's see.
So yeah, we're getting gonna look at Junior's past.
Yup. And his resonance basically with Sakura is what's having all of these exposition, all these memories show up.
Right.
Very similar to how the Encephalon worked in the last one, where just a bunch of memories showed up and there was processing of things for our characters here.
Sure, yeah. Although that happening was a little less intentional. We got a little bit more about Nephilim during that.
On the part of the characters, it was less intentional. Yeah, that's true.
Got to learn. So things I found interesting during our cutscene galore. I found it. I'm glad we finally got confirmation of the fourth URTV that's unique, Citrine.
My exterior frame has been contaminated. Maintenance requested.
Shion, I'm a little dirty. Please clean me up.
Indeed. Yes. Yeah, the fourth variant of the alchemical. Yeah, she was introduced.
Yes, and the fact that she is female model versus male model, which is something I didn't expect. I just kind of expected them all to be the same people, because it's all we've established up to this point.
The same people?
Yeah, it's like Rubido and Negredo and Alpido and the other ones all have the same physical appearance.
This looks stable. Oh.
And so, and even Citrine points out, it's like, well, yeah, the genomes you guys are using have both X and Y chromosomes.
Yep.
Which is a far oversimplification of how genetics actually works, but that's fine. Mm-hmm. Don't need to go into the details on a game like this. But that's cool that Citrine exists and that we've seen her.
Yeah.
And I am curious how she will show up in future arts,
So,
if at all.
so this is a shortcut that we just opened up. This leads back to this area. So,
Oh,
we're
cool.
we're gonna go back. But yeah, we're gonna go back to the area we were just in, but just so everyone can see, you can open a shortcut here. But yeah, with Citrine, the way she was introduced, even, you know, like there's a little bit of an adversarial type of interaction she has with the other variants. Not 100%, but she's also kind of comes off as very cold in a way. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Very clinical.
Oh, it's also superior
Yes.
in a lot of ways because she's like, well, we're actually
No
better
time for
models.
Like you.
Mm-hmm. Superior to the simple male types.
Yeah. Which there might be some genuine truth to that, but I wouldn't know. I don't have any evidence to that. So, how much of that is perception? How much of that is reality?
Eat this.
I like a times 10. Oh yeah.
I don't know anybody who don't. Oh, Kos-mos.
Here I go.
Now the big damage dealer.
I'm glad I could help.
She just wrecks everything with her bow.
It's kind of crazy. You wouldn't think, but
Yeah, it's certainly different than her role in the last game.
yeah. I liked her utility role in the last game, though. I thought it was a good spot for her.
She is technically still a support unit.
Yeah, but in name only.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting the way they did the party members in this game, I think. I'm here for it,
With her
but
on
it's
our
also
side, you lose.
a little... Why would you term, like, I could see Shion more so as support, but Momo is straight up a DPS in this game. Like, you can use her as support, she has a lot of ether, but it just turns out, like, if you're forming a party, you want her in your party more often than not. Like, I'd say she's the most important person to put in your party in this game, because of the way she works and how many things are weak to Pierce.
Yeah, that probably makes a big difference.
Indeed it does.
Energy powers. Grant me a miracle.
With Sakura having this sickness coming from energy from the UMN, I find it, I feel like that creates a lot of questions in the world.
Like what?
Which I touched on this a little bit, like what exactly is the Unus Mundus network, right? Like, obviously we know what it does, but why does it do what it does? What kind of, like, existence is it that it has an energy that it puts out the way that it does,
Eat this.
in a way that can affect people physiologically?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I don't think that's right, actually. Alright. Did not boost correctly here. Yeah. It was one of the interesting things that, Dr. Mizrahi was saying. They didn't have diseases like that when the universe was small.
Here I go.
Yeah.
What changed? What exactly happened that allowed things like that to occur?
I feel more like a combat
Right.
model these days.
Well, and it's, I have come to kind of like assume, maybe falsely, but that the UMN is a little bit like a, I won't say alternate dimension, parallel plane, a sub-existence. I don't know. It's like part of the reality, but it's a sub-layer. Maybe sub-layer is the right word for it. Because when you talk about like the jump, they use the UMN to jump their ships from point A to B.
They do.
And it's so impactful and so efficient that to use like normal thrusters to get to that same spot, it would take years.
Yeah.
And depending on the distance, hundreds of years. Like, so, quantum space, maybe?
Quantum space.
But you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I don't have a good word for it, but it feels like it is a
So, yeah.
plane shift of some kind, even if it is still part of like the reality that they're in. So
There are some similarities to subspace from Star Trek. Not just that it's some kind of other layer, other dimension type thing, but it also, you know, subspace in Star Trek allows for warp travel, FTL travel, and it allows for communications across vast distances. The difference in this game is when you use the UMN, you're essentially tunneling through, so it works a little bit differently, but it's
Sure.
similar in some aspects.
yeah, and there's lots of sci-fi like stories out there that have different ways of approaching FTL.
Yeah.
Outlaw Star and I think Cowboy Bebop actually both use a gate system, which seems to kind of be more akin to
Eat this.
what this UMN does, except for with those series, it's like set locations that open up a gate, whereas this is you can kind of procure a gate at any location depending on what you want to do. So,
Well, if you remember, they were moving toward gating out in Xenosaga 1 near the very beginning. So it is still a lot largely location-based. It depends on what entity you're talking about that's trying to interact with the UMN, for sure.
yeah, because they got Gnosis, and that's a whole nother
Right, exactly.
mess. We haven't even gotten to the Gnosis in this game yet, not really. So,
Yeah, I mean, these are Gnosis type. Yeah, we haven't dealt with them as much as we did in the previous
The enemies
game.
have been exterminated.
They're almost incidental in this game so far.
yeah. I'm sure that will change.
Yeah.
No, there's lots to consider.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. Okay.
You stuck?
I'm checking something.
No.
Make sure we get everything out of this area here. We can come back later, but yeah. All the way south. Another boost max. Yeah, there we go.
Woohoo.
Yeah. So that's kind of easy to miss items in this game if you're just kind of wandering around because there's weird locations. I feel like part of it is the way the camera works.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kind of zoomed in a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Well, it like alternates too between zoomed
Why
in
are you
and
doing this?
pulled back.
Yeah, it does. Okay, here we go.
So if we're in the subconscious dive summer, is there an autumn and fall or a winter and summer? Spring?
Spring, fall, summer, winter.
Are there the other 3 seasons?
It would stand to reason that there is at least one other season.
one would think. We're gonna learn more about Sakura, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, there is definitely going to be more of that before long here, as well as the URTVs, and this is all about, basically, Rubido and the way he interacted with Sakura, and by extension, Momo.
Right. And making the promise to take care of Sakura's sister, which is Momo.
Yes. He's out of there. Alright. Yeah, it is funny. You don't really see a lot of how long battles can take just yet when it comes to random battles, but this is kind of the first taste of it. Like, this is a multi-zone enemy, and really, if you want to hit the skill reel, you're gonna have to be a little careful with it. There we go. Oh, I think that's gonna kill him. Shouldn't have done so many. That's alright.
The enemies have been exterminated.
Yeah, there are some later on that don't even have zones either, so yeah, it's interesting. I do wonder if they had pursued their initial plans to add like a weapon system into this game, if that may have changed things a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like if eventually you would get weapons that would just let you ignore zones and just like kill everything kind of thing. Would have been interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
Let us proceed.
So this is the fear that Sakura holds. Look out! Behind you!
What is this thing? Get out!
You ready? Let's spread out a cycling and take care of this. Rubido, look!
The waves. The waves are coming.
Hey, what are you talking about? No!
Oh, they've been infected, but we're not even inside the Udo simulator.
Now that's interesting.
Indeed.
I wonder how long you'll survive.
Now we
Those are
Mhm.
very similar to the ones we saw in the last Encephalon dive.
Yeah. Infected URTVs.
Interesting. So they become not necessarily Gnosis, but Gnosis-esque.
They look
when
like
they're
Gnosis,
infected
don't
by
they?
Udo. Yeah.
And they make weird noises.
Yeah, because they were like Gnosis that we ran into in Xenosaga 1 in the Encephalon, specifically around Shion's history, that were very humanoid in shape. And I remember asking the question, why are these so human looking versus these other ones?
Right.
So is it because they were actually URTV models that have been infected?
Not all of them that look like this have to be an infected URTV, but that's what these are.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. Not necessarily causal, just coincidental.
Eat this.
Yeah.
Eat this.
Yeah. Gnosis are funny. They're... It's not
Let's
100.
get going.
It's not 100% clear what makes Gnosis look different from each other, if that makes sense. So, like, two
Yeah.
people that look very similar might turn into things that are very different. if they get turned into Gnosis. Also, importantly, the waves were hitting them, and they were terrified of the waves, and then they turn into what looks like Gnosis. It's kind of interesting.
Right. Well, and it's Udu, right? The energy form of Udu is corrupting them.
Mm-hmm.
Which
They
is
weren't even in the
interesting.
Udu simulator.
Right. Well, it's interesting because their entire purpose is to be anti-Udu.
Yes.
So they shouldn't be able to be converted by Udu.
Yeah, I can understand that. Save here.
At least in theory. Obviously, in practice, that's not the case, but...
Yes, theoretically, they should be immune to that, right? It depends on what is meant by them being the anti-existence of Udu, right?
Right, like they specifically said that their waveform is antithetical to Udu's.
Yes, exactly.
So I know that waveform is specific.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the implication is that it's the waveform that they're terrified of that's converting them.
Right.
So what's happening? Why is this anti-waveform not actually combating that?
So, yeah. So, real quick, just want to point out, these are Zone CC, so Momo can't break these ever because she hits the highest possible zone, and the highest possible zone on these is B. So if you want to have her finish an enemy, boost into an already broken one, or just have her ignore the zone and just fire at it. But getting back to what we're talking about, that was kind of discussed a little bit when Junior was talking about how it's ironic that they were the anti-existence of Udu. And they weren't even told what it was. Not really.
Right.
So you have URTVs, you have Udu, and you have the UMN, and they're all weirdly related.
Eat this. Eat this. All right, let's call it a day.
Yeah. And it might be worth considering that maybe the default URTVs don't have the strength to resist Udu in the same capacity.
They are weaker.
Wait, right, like,
No time for wusses like
because in the last episode, Rubido was called a monster and a variant, right?
Right.
And there's something about him, Negredo, and Albedo that is specifically unique and stronger than the other URTVs.
Yeah. Yeah, being a variant seems to carry with it
I feel more like a
a
combat
level
model
of
these
strength,
days.
and their waveform is stronger,
Right.
right? So, I wonder if I can get to that trap. Gotta be sneaky. Nope. They're so fast in this game. The enemies are so fast.
We've got no time for wusses like you.
That's interesting.
Mystic powers, grant me a miracle.
Now, I do see that these are listed as B instead of G in this game. So they're clearly not Gnosis as we understand them, at least.
Yep.
There's some kind of biological shenanigans.
Yeah, were you looking at the enemy type? Is that...
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Here.
La Cerrito y Paz.
Yeah, I don't think it shows it anymore. Ah, very strange. But yeah, I guess they are a B type. I mean, yeah, there's the B down there on the whole gauge there. I wish it would
Right.
show it on the analysis screen. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But they certainly do look Gnosis-like, so it's kind of interesting. What is the difference between a biological entity that's been infected and changed by Udu and a Gnosis. Because we definitely have dealt with these before, or at least something that looks like them.
Right, and it's worth noting, I guess, or reminding, I don't know. And maybe I'm misremembering, but isn't Udu what created the Gnosis as well?
Is it?
I feel like that was the implication at one point. Something about Udu itself creating the Gnosis, or something in the Zohar. Like, again, I could be misremembering, but I feel like they're tied together.
Udu and the Gnosis, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where they come from. Because up until Joachim Mizrahi started messing with things he shouldn't have, the Gnosis were virtually non-existent.
Yeah, I mean, they were still around, but yeah, that's true.
And then things just went haywire.
Right, so during the Miltian conflict is when the Gnosis leapt onto the forefront of history, according to Junior in the last game.
Must be updated.
So it was clearly something that happened during the Miltian conflict that caused this amount of Gnosis to be everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to run back to the save point here, and we're gonna move on. We cleared this screen out. I think it's on this screen still. It's just a really long path. Got all the windmills.
Yeah. Very open.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Old Miltia that we're on, in theory, right?
Yeah. Yeah, in theory, this is where we are. Where was the Yuriev Institute? I believe it was on Old Miltia. And this was before the conflict as well.
Right.
I just thought that was kind of a funny word. Like, there was they didn't call it a war, they didn't call it any sort of, it wasn't a battle, it was the Miltian conflict.
Well, yeah, and when you look at what's happening, I can understand why you wouldn't call it a war necessarily.
Right.
Okay. He's metamorphosizing.
He sure is.
He's gone beyond his pupa form.
Ready for a screwed up enemy?
I mean, isn't that what Xenosaga's known for?
Proceed to eliminate the enemy threat.
Alright.
Level 4's cerebral function online.
Yep. So 5760 HP. We're gonna stock up. This guy is weak to thunder. We are also going to
Pocket rare.
This is good to get into the habit of. So we're gonna steal the skill upgrade E, which is pretty good. He does have an ether pack DX as well, so we'll go ahead and steal that too.
Weak versus physical attack.
Yeah.
Pretty aggressive.
Yep. I'm very angry. I'm stocking.
Mystic powers, grant me a miracle.
Ether drop.
So Thunder's sword gives Kos-mos' attacks the thunder element
La Seruto Ital.
for
Correct.
X amount of turns, like 3 turns or something.
That's correct.
And then Thunder Blast, is that just a
It's an ether
attack?
attack. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mystic powers, grant me a miracle.
Interesting. In this game, is Junior's guns considered physical attack?
I believe yes. I believe they're also a piercing attack.
Okay. Well, I know like some games will define physical as melee, like erroneously. It's melee attacks, but they're calling it physical, and then they'll use like ranged for bows or whatever, even though those are still a physical weapon, you know.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Well, so some games will use the word physical, and what they mean by that is melee.
Sure. Yeah.
Versus like ranged, right? They'll say, hey, it's a physical attack, which means you have to be like hand-to-hand combat versus ranged.
Right.
So I wasn't sure if that was this kind of descriptor, or if they were like physical being any kind of weapon that you use, and then other types would be like ether, right, for spells or skill-based attacks, etc.
Ugh.
It's like doing no damage.
Oh yeah.
That's that level 40 for you, though.
Yes. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. I'm trying to get my boost gauge leveled up, so I'm probably gonna have to recast Thunder Sword on people.
Mystic powers,
So
grant me a miracle.
it's sort of part of the problem with setting things up properly in this game is you have to kind of... So I'm attacking on the boost turn, and I'm not completing his zone. He has CCBB as his zone. But he's not doing much to me, so it really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah. I'm sure airing him, though, will be good.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means he's less likely to spend time healing himself.
Correct. Alright. Yeah, so now she's lost both of her buffs, so let's go ahead and... Now that we've got some boost going into this...
Mystic powers, grant me a miracle.
So what I like is you can put attacker on more than one person, but I like attacker on Momo. And we're gonna redo our Thunder Sword here.
Ether drop.
And that's what's cool about the little passive ability that lets you recover EP as you stock. Because stuff like
La
this,
Seruto Ital.
you're not burning your EP redoing it. All you're doing is like it's sort of annoying. It's just like I have to take the time to redo all this. But
Right.
Mystic powers,
the idea here is to full combo into the element you want to use. So now we're set up here. Okay. Aired.
Yeah. Charging.
So now, one thing I could do is go back to...
Overestimated enemy threat.
Yep.
My data must be updated.
Yep. So I could go back to Junior and use all of his, and then I could go to Kos-mos, or to Momo after that, and then use all of hers up, and we could do a staggering amount of damage that way. Obviously, level 4 wasn't strong enough to need all of what my preparations there, but that's generally what you want to do. Is you can air them on the one before critical, and then you just got to anticipate how much of your combo, how many turns do you need to finish it.
Right.
If you care about where you stop. Oh, here we go.
I told you to leave Rubido alone. Variants aren't monsters. You guys are just weak.
Angry.
Stop it! You'll kill him.
Rubido? Don't look at me like that! Rubido!
And we're back here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Seems like Galbito has a bit of an unhealthy attachment to Rubido.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Albedo has some issues, obviously. But yeah, it kind of starts here with, you know, he's extremely, he admires Rubido, and he's very attached to him. That is for sure. He's extremely attached. And they were conjoined as well. So
That's true. The whole URTVs thing is it's kind of hard to wrap my head around because they're not just like software. They're genetically created people.
yes.
What?
What were you thinking? Number 623's badly injured.
Is that what this is about? All he's gotta do is just regenerate. What's the problem?
Regenerate?
Regenerate. Like this.
Gah!
See?
You idiot! Don't you ever pull anything like that again! If you die, you can't come back to life!
You mean... Are you saying... you can't regenerate?
Of course not!
That's a special ability only you possess.
Only me? You're both gonna die and leave me behind? No! I don't want to be alone! If you die, I want to die too!
Stop it! Don't say things like that! Now you're making me sad too!
Rubido, don't leave me behind!
Interesting.
A little more about the attachment Albedo has to.
Yeah. This is before Udo corrupts him, right?
Correct.
So the regeneration he has, then it comes from his genetic variants?
Yes.
I always thought
Exactly.
it was because of his interaction with Udo.
Nope. Nope. It's something he can do.
Hey, get back to your training, huh? I thought I just saw number 666 over there.
Dr. Erg, she's just like standing there like, what? What do you want? What is it? But yeah, I had thought that in episode 1 as well, that it was Udo that gave him that ability, but it's incorrect. He always had that ability.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What is he doing? I don't know, but ever since that day, ever since Albedo learned he couldn't die, he somehow started to change.
Really?
We didn't understand. There was no way we could have understood. We couldn't know what it felt like to have a body that wouldn't die.
Death is rest for the soul. Who was it? Who said that? If the body did not die, and the fears born in the mind just continued to pile up, the world would be nothing more than an eternal prison.
Old man. In the beginning, Albedo and I were one.
Because you're both from the same fertilized egg?
No. He was literally attached to my back from conception until the 28th week. His heart was attached right around here.
What? Occasionally, due to incomplete cell division, twins are born sharing some portion of their internal organs.
That's right. Our special abilities, the power to halt or stimulate cell growth, are both based on the same basic principle. But after we were split apart, our powers headed off in different directions. And that's why I shouldn't have just abandoned him.
Junior. Couldn't you try? Just one more time? To approach him?
Well, you know, we're both pretty stubborn.
The ability to halt or stimulate cell growth.
Yep.
Is that citrine?
What was he doing here? Nah.
Male type wavelength? Or 98?
Or 98.
So it's the
Maybe
way it
wrong
was
in the
said.
numbers. Anyway, go ahead.
Citrine is 668,
8.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The way it is said implies that when they were conjoined, they collectively had a power to halt or grow.
Halt or stimulate cell division, yes.
Right. That was like their ability.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they got removed or separated from each other, their powers essentially got split in half.
Yeah.
So assuming that means one can halt and one can stimulate.
Correct.
I'm assuming Albedo's is to stimulate because he can
Correct.
regenerate.
Yep.
Okay. So we haven't really seen an example of Junior's ability to halt.
He
cell
doesn't age.
growth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
He's unaging.
That's why he can't. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, Junior, we'll learn more about kind of what his powers are. We've seen him manifest them a little bit, though, on the Song of Nephilim in episode 1, when he was, like, conjuring those gigantic red waves.
Right, which seems like a different ability altogether, but maybe it's tied to the same thing.
Right. Do that, and we're gonna head up here.
Because Albedo had like the giant black bubble that he could create too, because Junior's and his were literally pushing against each other.
Yep. Exactly.
That's interesting.
Commencing with neural monitoring of unit number 666. Membrane electrical potential, stable. Spontaneous brainwave frequency of number 667 shifting from 20 to 28 hertz.
Calm down, children. Don't get flustered.
Stabilized, 8 hertz.
That's better, just like that.
So these are the URTVs.
Dimitri, will they be all right? I don't want to hurt these children, even for Sakura's sake.
I'd heard they were young, but I didn't expect them to be this young.
You're pretty sentimental for a soldier, Helmer.
I believe a soldier's duty is to protect human life.
This time, Sakura will be with you too.
I suppose some would argue that URTVs aren't human life, though.
It depends on how you define that, but yeah.
Right. Are Realians created in a similar fashion to URTVs?
I don't think so. Realians are synthetic humanoids, whereas URTVs were grown. So they're much closer to a human. They're just designer children, if you will.
Sure. Genetically modified.
Yeah.
Just like last time, the target point for this mission is the beach. Albedo, Negredo, let's go.
But it's winter. Yeah, so to answer your earlier question, there's a subconscious domain, summer and winter.
Yeah.
We are getting close to the end of this dungeon. We don't have a huge amount more to do.
And a whole lot more questions.
Oh yeah, can't open that anymore.
That's why you gotta do it beforehand. I guess. Whatever it does.
Yeah, we did it in the summer section.
Right.
Hilbert effect active. Gnosis materialization complete.
All right, so we got some different enemies now. Glare.
Like clarity. Hello there, chum. Yeah.
Like a glaring of cats.
Hello there, beauty.
Their zone is BC.
He boosted.
They also counter boost, just like their counterparts in the summer.
Yeah.
Phew.
Piercing gaze, thunder.
Indeed.
So I think something I didn't really catch before, and this is going back to the last episode, I'm just kind of reviewing my notes.
Yep.
Is that the URTVs up to 665, so basically Rubido and beyond, at least, are basically a hive mind. They don't have an individual uniqueness to them.
Yeah.
All systems clear.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really portrayed as a strong hive mind, if you will. Like they're not completely without individual expression, but they just have a very they do the thing as a group, basically.
Right.
Right.
Well, and it seems like the other three are still attached to that hive mind to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why, like, Negrito can contact Albedo mentally when Albedo is allowing that connection to be made.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if this hive mind aspect is why the Song of Nephilim affected them as strongly as it did.
What do you mean?
So in Old Miltia, when they are going insane,
yes,
from the Song of Nephilim,
CB. Mm-hmm.
I am wondering if their hive mind is part of the reason why it goes as far as it does, like infection wise. Would there have been a chance that some of them would have been more resistant had they not been all part of one collective hive mind?
Well,
would it have taken longer for that to spread, kind of thing?
I guess I'm not following. So do you mean if, like, one of them gets infected, the others do as well?
Yeah, because they're affected by that connection.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would think so. I would think that would be a factor in that. Oh, we can destroy this box now, by the way.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
It was bothering me. You couldn't blow up that box.
Now we can.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it affects at least any kind of Realian, because even Kanan was affected to some degree. He was much more resistant to it for some reason.
Kanan was said to be a specific type of Realian. I don't remember what type he was said to be.
It was like I actually have the note. Hold on, I'll find it. Because I made a note of it because I thought it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Kanan. Wow, how far back was it?
Probably the first episode, because I think they were, or maybe the second one. It was talked about fairly early on.
Here are TVs. Enhanced memory model.
Yeah, there you go.
Episode 3.
Enhanced memory model, Kanan.
Yep. Which is part of the reason why I feel like he can hold on to the data that he's had for the last 14 years.
Yeah. I think it's basically implied that that's why he is a holder of whatever version of the Y data he has.
Right. Well, are we sure it's the Y data? I guess that's the implication, but...
It seems to be the way they're talking about it.
Yeah, well, there's a whole lot of we don't know what's actually on here because...
Yeah.
Jin gave him data that he was working on unlocking, and then darkness came and prevented him from accessing the data at all.
True. Yeah, he can't access it because of whatever happens at that time. And,
right.
And we've seen that, like, when doing stuff like this, memory resonance is a thing that can cause weird things like that to happen, which is fascinating.
Yeah. So I guess I've kind of viewed Kanan's data as more of like...
Let's get going.
Something U-Tick specific. Because that's where Jin allegedly got it.
Sure.
And
they are...
And it's more about their, like... their goals and how they're going about it.
They are certainly trying to access that data, though. It's important regardless of what it is.
Right, yeah, of course.
I believe... Jin was describing it in the prologue as the data
how long you'll survive.
that is at the root of the conflict. Piercing Scream is ABB. Okay. Which is, you know, what is at the root of the Miltian conflict? The Y data. Why does he have some of it, and why isn't everybody after him instead of the prototype? Is it because she has a complete version of it? Does he have something else? What is going on with that, right?
Right.
The questions that get raised.
Yeah, if Jin's involvement happens to be involved with the Y data, then that would at least explain very loosely why Xion might be connected to it.
Connected to the Y data?
Yes. Because Xion and Kos-mos are
part of it.
Key components of it, yeah.
Yep.
Whatever that means. I don't know if that has to do with experimentation on Xion that just nobody knows about at the moment. Like, maybe she isn't who we all think she is right now.
Certainly seems to be important to the data for whatever reason, right?
Right. Well, and Kos-mos, the relationship she has with Kos-mos as well seems incredibly intrinsic and important. Because Kos-mos is learning a little bit about what it means to be human from Xion.
That's true.
But even beyond that, Kos-mos has data and all kinds of like commands and programming in her that seems to have been installed in spite of the director of Sector 1 or Division 1 not knowing.
Who do you mean by the director of Division 1?
I just mean Xion. Like, she's like the...
So you mean the chief.
The chief, yeah. Not director, chief.
Yeah.
But she's, they're part of this very specific project. And like, she just has no knowledge of this stuff being put into Kos-mos, even though she's had a hand in everything that's gone into
Covert
it.
effect active. Gnosis materialization complete.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. Xion
has had a hand in everything that goes into Kos-mos.
Yes.
Because like, if they're following any kind of structure, then the chief has to sign off on it before it's implemented.
That's true. Remember, though, she was not always in charge of the Kos-mos project.
That's true.
In episode 2 of the episode 2 playthrough, her research notes basically were speculating that the reason Kos-mos was doing all this stuff she doesn't understand was because of the black box components left behind by the late Kevin Winnicott. So it's her theory, what she believes is going on is he did some stuff when constructing her, and so she has objectives that she has no knowledge of, and Kevin did it, basically, is what she thinks. She doesn't know why or what he did. There's a level of trust she places in him because, you know, they were close and everything before.
Right.
Yeah, I always found that to be very interesting. That supposedly Kevin is responsible for a lot of what is going on here. At least with as far as Kos-mos is concerned, right?
Right, yeah. The level of there's some weird shenanigans afoot happening. It kind of leaves me wondering if Kevin is actually dead. I have no reason to think that he's not.
Sure.
But narratively speaking, he's a bit of a...
So his actions definitely matter for what's going on.
Right.
Oh.
I won't say Chekhov's gun, but I feel like he's going to... Either his actions are going to become brought to light a lot more in depth, or he himself is going to show up in some capacity.
Yeah, I mean, he's
kind of what it feels like.
He's shown up a couple of times in cutscenes, but I know what you mean. You mean he'll actually show up and interact in the story?
Yeah, there'll be something pretty substantial with his interaction. Is how it feels like, and I could be way off base. It could just be this guy whose actions have reverberating repercussions to the story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly true regardless of what you think about it, you know, how you think about it.
I'll take care of support.
The way he constructed Kos-mos has a lot to do with, because Kos-mos is pretty, I mean, she's kind of just here at the moment in episode 2, but she was pretty pivotal to a lot of what went on in episode 1, so.
Right. And I guess we don't know enough about Kevin to really understand his motives. So he could be somebody that's trustworthy.
Right.
Or he could have been deceiving everyone all this time.
That is possible.
And honestly, it could go either way with the way he's being portrayed at the moment. So at least that's how I perceive it. Of course, other people are gonna look at me like, you're stupid. But you got more knowledge than I do.
I mean, there's a lot of theorizing at this stage of the game of like, what went on? What is happening?
Right, yeah, of course. I kind of feel like theorizing doesn't ever stop. At least not for a while. Because that's all I had were theories with Xenosaga 1.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Xenosaga 1, of course, is a very short game in a lot of ways, and so, you know, it was tough to do much beyond theorize, and there's, you know, you had a bit of a narrative that happened, a bit of a story, but it was just mostly like, this is raising more questions than it's answering kind of thing.
Yep. Still want to know why people turn into Gnosis. Why are Gnosis just salt?
I'll take care of support.
Why are they just salt?
Are they actually just Reapers?
Reapers?
Wells?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, they seem similar, don't they?
They do.
Mystic powers, grant me a miracle.
Nice. That was a good heal.
Yeah, Double Medica 2 is definitely my recommendation for healing, for the party heal. Just requires you to set it up properly, but it's not too difficult to set up. Eventually, we will get the ability to boost characters when they are present on the little bar at the bottom, and that's going to help a lot with coordinating when things happen, basically.
Sure, yeah.
Eat this.
There we go.
Alright, let's call it a day.
You gotta just kind of roll with it when that happens. Like, sometimes you'll crit right before the skill thing happens. Like, well, okay. Yeah, and you don't have to fight enemies how I am. I just like maximizing the skill gain I can, if I get, if at all possible. But you can always just kind of roll through it and just kill them at whatever part of the reel that happens to show up.
Sure, yeah. There's a dude in the background. He's all wobbly.
What? Oh yeah, he's all wobbly over there.
He's all like, "Wow."
That's certainly true. Just like that, yeah.
Angry Gnosis characters.
More Gnosis. Angry Gnosis
Filbert
characters.
effect
Ank.
active. Gnosis materialization complete.
Ank. See if I get a free one. I did.
These guys loathe a lot of things.
They do. They're very angry. Very angry entities, if you will. Will you? Will you? Ah! All right.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Ow. Pick. These multi-part. Yeah, so I had mentioned earlier the mechanic where you can boost a character while they're on the screen. You can also do that to boost. So, for example, Momo can boost herself during her turn. If you do that, you can
All right, let's call it a day.
use Pocket Rare or Double Medica 2, and she'll just cast 2 ethers in order to do it.
Oh, so it's like double cast. Interesting.
Yeah, you can double cast if it will. You can perform a combined ether skill with one character.
Right.
Yeah. Can I kill these? I can, but it's totally pointless. All right.
Huzzah!
Woohoo! I want to keep going this way. Let me win
Nope.
without playing by the rules. No.
Nope.
Okay.
If you want to win without playing by the rules, then you need to quit playing JRPGs.
Get out of my way. Oh, we are making our way through here.
We sure are.
Materialization complete.
Ow.
Mystic powers, grant me a miracle.
That's better. These infected URTVs are CC. Cool. And they make annoying sounds.
You know, what they remind me of is actually like the putties from Power Rangers.
Oh, that's the problem. It's morphin time and we're not Come on, guys, get it together.
They just got the same kind of energy, you know?
They do, yeah. Weird, mindless flunkies, you know, like little dudes running around trying to punch you.
Which apparently have an HP pool, because if you beat them up enough, they just fall over, start wiggling, and then disappear.
It depends. If you get to the later ones... Ooh, will that let me... Nope. No, it will not. Okay. If you get to the later ones, you gotta punch them on the little thing on their chest.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. That's Zed's putties.
And then you got the ooze.
Ivan Ooze.
Yep. You ooze, you lose.
True. Man. Stop damaging me.
Mystic powers,
They won't.
grant me a miracle.
They won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Get
Ah,
Kos-mos instead. She's got twice the amount of HP.
get out of here.
All systems clear.
Kos-mos! Missing her little head thingy. It broke off at the end of episode 1.
That's true, it did.
How could she do the Hilbert effect without it? Okay, where do
That's
I
a
go?
good question. I mean, I'm assuming it's amplifier that she had, so she could still do it. But I feel like the headband was something used to amplify it.
Yeah, it like came down whenever she used it.
The the range on that thing is insane.
Oh yeah, ultra wide range.
This Hilbert effect can affect an entire planetary system. It's fine.
It can. How does she have that much power?
Man, I don't know. When we learned that ultimately her fight with Udu would black out a chunk of a galaxy, I stopped asking questions about the logistics of how she could be that powerful.
He's just, yeah, staggeringly powerful.
Yeah.
Let's keep charging up, shall we?
Just a little more boost.
Just a little more stock. Just a little bit. Just a little more stock.
That's right. Ah!
Get out of here.
Eat this.
Xenosaga.
Go point times 10. Always nice.
They also have some of the same energy as like the Yiga clan in Breath of the Wild.
I don't remember them very well.
The sounds are what made me think of it specifically.
Sure.
Because like when you like throw bananas out, they'll be like, ah, bananas, and they'll like chase after them. Or if you defeat them, they're like, ah. And they're just very vocal enemies.
Yeah, Legend of Zelda does a lot of enemies like that. And just, ah.
Yeah.
What? You okay over there?
No. But they're fun.
Indeed.
The enemies have been exterminated.
They have. I like her hair effect in this game.
Yeah.
Very
They've
shiny.
definitely included a lot of moving light pieces to different characters.
Yeah, it's funny because I think what I enjoy the most about this game is that, in this series really, is that it's this combination of futuristic tech and very, very, very strange metaphysics.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Enemies everywhere.
I pass a shortcut.
I've got no time for wusses like you.
Creation type.
Creation type.
Yep.
Ow! Do you like my airplanes?
Airplanes.
I've been practicing.
You fool.
What a weird creature.
Very weird.
You know, I was thinking the top part was its head, but I'm realizing there's like a head-shaped bobbly piece in the middle.
Yep.
That might also be its head.
Yep. I can go back for a second. I'm pretty sure I missed a shortcut. Let me go open that up real quick. These are good to open up because, you can come back to this area. So having those available is nice. I think it's over here. I went up there already.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Interesting.
If it would be the same area roughly as the last one, right?
Yeah, here it is. It's just hard for me to see going up that particular hill. It didn't look like I could walk up it, so. Yeah, it's interesting. The areas in this game, at least the natural areas, it's kind of hard to figure out where you're walking sometimes, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Alright, let us continue. back to this area.
Seems like enemies don't respawn in the same way that they did in the last game.
Right.
I'm fine with that, actually.
Yeah, indeed.
Is it like a certain number
what?
Of screens or something that would cause them to respawn?
Oh, I think so. It has been a while since I've looked up the respawning rules. But I think it might be, like, only some respawn, or... Let's see, where are we trying to get to?
I'm going to assume you want the furthest one, because the last time you went to the box.
Okay, yep, that's correct. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the box this time, so... We blow up 3 of them. And we head over here. Yeah, it is kind of interesting to me the way the destructible objects have changed very subtly here. So, we go over here. It doesn't look like it's the connection gear anymore from the first game. It looks like they just... Like, Rubido either makes a wave, or he shoots them with his gun.
Yeah.
To blow things up now.
Right, yeah. And Xion uses her much smaller MWS type weapon.
She does. Alright, now we have to leave to reset the rocks. And we're gonna get to the box this time. And then we'll have to do it again in order to get to the save point.
Well, okay, so there's a tree that goes across the river, right?
Yeah?
So if you take it to the save point, knock the tree down, then blow up the rocks to get to the box, you'd be able to get back across the river, right?
I'm not sure I'm following you.
Okay, so the tree is a shortcut from one side of the river to the other.
Uh-huh.
So if you get to the save point first, without blowing up the rock that stops you, like the log from getting there, and then you knock down the tree, then you can blow up the rock, unless you can't blow up the rock once the log's touching it, but...
Correct. And we want to end up on the save point, not on the... Not in this this section over here is a dead end where there's an item.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I was just saying the tree on the opposite side of the river acts like a shortcut between both sides. So you don't have to keep knocking the one log over.
I think I know what you're saying. Yeah, you're saying go across, open the shortcut, then come back? Then, but yeah, right.
Yeah,
so,
but you can't you can't blow up the rock once the log is touching it.
Correct, exactly. That's exactly the problem. Yeah, you can't come back and then blow up the rock it's currently resting on. It's no longer destructible.
Which is okay.
Yeah, there are a lot of decisions that were made in this game that kind of... I wouldn't term them anti-player, but it's just kind of obnoxious dealing with the environment at times.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to go back, and then if you want this item, you need to come back and do this, and it's just like, my god.
Yeah, because then it would have been easy, right? You could have knocked it over, hit the first rock, or get the save point, and open up the shortcut between the two rivers, then blow up the first rock, hit your next thing, and just go all the way down the river without having to go between screens 4 times.
Yep. Exactly. That would have been nice. Okay.
But what do I know? I'm just a player. I don't design video games.
That's right. Know your place.
I'll try.
Me too. All right.
On our side.
Oh god. There are more of them. Ugh.
No, 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 no.
Make them go away.
I don't remember the name of the creature, but it's better than the one that had like 17 in a row. They were like lizard dudes or something, and they would all attack you right after the other in the first one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those were super obnoxious. Yeah, they were in,
Cathedral shit, maybe?
That sounds right. But yeah, I remember that encounter, because we just kept getting absolutely wrecked.
Right, because there was also this, like, bear-like gnosis that made me think of, like, the Hilda Bears from PSO.
Yeah.
Eat this.
And it would heal.
Oh yeah, it kept healing the whole party, and yeah.
Yes.
I'm remembering this very well. I think it was the section where I was playing as Chaos and Shion.
Yeah,
so that would have been in the Encephalon.
Oh, okay.
Eat this.
Because everybody got separated. It was Momo, Junior, and Ziggy, and Chaos and Shion.
I'll be sure to send you some flowers.
And there was no Kos-mos, because we were diving into Kos-mos's memory module, or whatever.
She was attached to, essentially, a crucifix.
Yes, indeed.
What was that about?
Good question. The Rejuvenator M, I think. Yeah, we've got 2 of these at this point. Yeah, 50% max HP and EP. That's a pretty good item. You want to hold on to that one for harder encounters. Because again, no shops.
If this game follows the same kind of theming as some of Xenogears, and obviously it does, then I am curious if Shion is meant to be a bit of a...
With her on our side, we can't lose.
Loosely now, grain of salt here. A bit of a, like, Mary, Mother of Jesus analogy.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so, like, if Kos-mos is the, like, Jesus of the story, right? Which, visually, if she's attached to, like, a crucifix, that would be what's being implied here. Some kind of savior messiah thing.
Okay.
Shion is the creator or mother of Kos-mos. She views Kos-mos as her daughter.
That's true.
So I mean, we're talking like loose connection, but I feel like there's some kind of tie there thematically.
Loose connection, okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying it is the case, but we're just talking about how there's so much religious theming in these these narratives, right? And it's not exclusive to Christianity. There's a lot of agnosticism and
you mean Gnosticism?
Yes, Gnosticism, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Jewish traditions, that kind of stuff. So
yeah, there's Jewish mysticism, not quite as much in Xenosaga as there was in Xenogears, but there's some Gnostic stuff going on. A lot of it, though, is essentially Augustinian Christianity in Xenosaga, though, with some, alchemy and stuff like that.
Right.
It's interesting.
Yeah, and so with there being stronger Christian themes than, especially Augustinian,
yep,
it kind of reinforces that maybe there's some kind of adjacentness to it. Oh, hey, there's a segment address over there.
There is a segment address.
I will proceed to eliminate
I
the
don't
enemy
think we
threat.
can go into it yet, unfortunately, but
Yeah, probably not.
Eat this. Eat this.
went a little too crazy on that one. That's all right. Yeah, these segment addresses, though, as always, they're going to be very useful in the end. So we'll get some good stuff. Aw. Not quite enough. That's all right.
Eat this.
Sha sha sha.
Jeez.
Eat this.
This camera choice for him when he does those moves is interesting.
How it kind of jerks back and forth.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure it's meant to make it more dynamic, but
it is.
Just kind of so different from how the cameras work for the other characters.
Mm-hmm. Get some more skill point boost here.
You think the enemy placement and number is random like it was in the first one?
My data must be updated.
I believe the way they do it in this game is there are specific groups of enemies that you can encounter.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, essentially.
Yeah, I don't mean like placement on the map over map, but like just when you're in the battle itself.
Yeah, I think it's got specific enemy groups that you can encounter.
Gotcha.
I think up here? Yeah, here we go.
A rock. Doodly doo.
Ether Pack M.
Yeah, we're really just doing a lot of the same pathing as we did last time. It's just that some of this stuff is changed location along the way.
Yep, just a little bit. Yeah, this is gonna be the same stuff. I could see being annoyed that you have to do essentially the same dungeon twice in this area. Yeah, so that's the exact same shortcut here. And then we're gonna head back this way, because I don't feel the need to go through that shortcut at the moment. Just to open it up.
Yeah.
Could be another enemy down here.
Another URTV!
Yeah.
You are a TV.
With her on our side,
yeah.
we lose.
What?
You are TV.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. Thanks.
Yep. I was thinking of the Toy Story scene where Woody is talking to Buzz. He's just like, you are a toy.
You are a child's plaything.
You are a sad, strange little man. You have my pity. Farewell.
Indeed.
It's a spaceship, Buzz. It's got hyperactive hyperdrive.
An AstroTurf.
An AstroTurf, exactly.
Eat this.
Ow! Freaking
right, then.
present.
All right, let's call it a day.
Thanks for the
man.
present.
Yep.
Buddy.
It's a jack in a box. A boom box.
Boombox?
It's a boom box.
Hmm.
It's a booma box.
Is it?
No.
Oh, man.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
See what I have to put up with, viewers?
A whole lot of sass.
Whole lot of sass.
Whole lot of sass.
Filbert effect active.
Ugh, so many freaking enemies. Yeah, when I first played this game and I got into this dungeon, I was getting completely annihilated by these enemies. And I've leveled up to a crazy degree. You do not need to level up as much as I have, but doing a little bit of leveling is a good idea when you get in here, because it can be a little tough.
Eat this.
Yeah.
Sounds so sad. Ah! Stop boosting. Ugh. Let me boost.
But they don't want to let you boost.
They do not.
You're not allowed to boost.
They would be pleased if I never boosted.
That's right.
There's some boost.
Eat this.
Not quite. He has 5 HP.
Rude.
How rude of him. Okay then. Have fun with that, I guess. Yeah, you can see I'm taking decent amounts of damage at this point, even as high level as I am, so... If you try to just blast through this dungeon, it's probably going to difficulty track you pretty hard.
Yeah, fair enough.
Boom.
Overestimated enemy threat. My data must be updated.
All right. Now we head down here.
So many places to go.
Revive us. Okay. Get back here. The Gnosis is back. No. Yeah.
Rude.
Very inconsistent respawning rules. Could be that the infected URTVs don't respawn, but the Gnosis do.
Filbert effect active. Gnosis
Yeah, maybe.
materialization complete.
But I feel like you fought a Gnosis, went back a screen to do something. You were checking a shortcut, I think. Then went back to where you fought the Gnosis and it wasn't there.
Yeah. Very much could be. What is real? How do you define real?
You think that's air you're breathing now?
You're referring to what you can see, taste, and touch. We're in the encephalon, so who knows?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was looking at the woman in the red dress. I feel like I'm getting to the age where those references are a little more niche than they should be.
Maybe.
I mean, that movie came out in '99.
Yep. It sure did.
Hard to believe it.
Sayonara, baby.
Yeah, very foundational to a lot of things, though.
Yeah.
Wide-ranging influence.
Yeah, for sure. And, ironically, a little relative to, or relevant to what we're talking about here in this game.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of sci-fi was influenced by The Matrix, not to mention just film in general, so.
Yeah. Oh, you have to drop down to it. Oh, that's where that chest was before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Segment address number 15. Can't go in there yet.
Gotta go the long way.
Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop.
The white makes it hard to know, like, where the shifts in topography are.
Indeed. Yeah, it's interesting. It was a little easier to see in the previous biome, if you will.
Yeah. It's pretty, though.
All right. So this is the final save point of Disc 1.
This is the way to the beach? What is happening?
Gotta go to the beach. Yeah, so there is a fair bit more here, but we're basically one or two screens away from the last boss of Disc 1. So this should be very interesting. Let me just briefly look at this. Yeah, so there's a couple of things we can get on this screen here. So we'll go ahead and probably grab those next time, because I believe we made it to time here.
Yeah, we have.
So yeah, we will pick up those things. There's a couple of items to pick up, but yeah, basically we're going to be concluding Disc 1 in the next episode and getting into Disc 2, which to my mind is the vast majority of Xenosaga Episode 2, because it opens up a lot of things that you can do. This still very much feels like it's kind of the intro of this game to me. You know, when I think of the early game, I think of this dungeon, and you know, but there's just a massive amount of cutscenes near the beginning, and then there's still plenty to come, but it kind of changes pace a little bit on Disc 2, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
To me, this feels like the addendum, the last bit of what Episode 1 was, and then when we get into Disc 2, that's really where Episode 2 starts to take over in its tone and themes and what it's trying to tell you as far as the story goes, how the narrative goes.
Okay, well, that'll be interesting to see then.
Yep.
In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us today. We do hope that that you're having a wonderful day. We're glad to have you here. If you have any thoughts and comments, let us know. Outside of that, thank you so much for letting us be part of your day. And don't forget to check us out on Patreon and Blue Sky. Links are on the screen, I think. It should be. Anyway.
We know what we're doing.
That's right. We're professionals here. We'll see you all in the next episode.
See you next time.
Bye-bye now.
Diddly diddly do 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 do. Thanks for watching.